Welcome back to Edvora, where we explore science, mystery, and sometimes creatures from the distant past. Lately, news outlets and social media have been buzzing about one of the most iconic extinct predators, the dire wolf. Headlines claim scientists have brought dire wolves back to life after 13,000 years. But is that really true? Or are we just seeing sensational headlines and partial truths? In this video, we'll separate fact from fiction about dire wolves, diving into recent genetic discoveries, the concept of de-extinction, and whether these legendary canines really roam the earth once more. If you're excited about unraveling ancient mysteries and advanced science, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Let's get started. 1. Who were the dire wolves? Dire wolves, scientifically known as Canis dirus, roamed North and South America during the Pleistocene epoch, overlapping with creatures like woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats. Fossils are found in places like the La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles, revealing an animal slightly larger and more robust than today's grey wolves. Physical traits: dire wolves had massive skulls and jaws ideal for crushing bones, weighing around 50 to 70 kilograms, bigger than modern grey wolves. Extinction: likely vanished approximately 13,000 years ago, possibly alongside other Ice Age megafauna as climates shifted or prey dwindled. These facts alone make dire wolves fascinating. But how did a long-gone apex predator become a modern viral sensation? 2. The viral news and buzz. In recent weeks, short clips and articles have exploded with titles like "Dire wolves brought back from extinction" or "Scientists resurrect dire wolves." Naturally, people think researchers have cloned a dire wolf in a lab or discovered a living population in some remote wilderness. But how accurate are these claims? Headlines versus reality. Often these stories stem from partial truths or misinterpreted research. They might reference advanced genetic studies but skip essential details. Public fascination. Dire wolves got a big boost in pop culture via Game of Thrones, fueling the hype about their possible return. The thought of a real-life dire wolf triggers excitement and nostalgia for an ancient world. 3. De-extinction, how does it work? De-extinction is a scientific concept where researchers attempt to bring back extinct species using modern genetics. Methods can include backbreeding, breeding living relatives to recreate traits of the extinct species; cloning, if usable DNA is found, inserting it into a host egg of a related species; genome editing, CRISPR, splicing together partial genes from ancient DNA with modern relatives to mimic the extinct genome. Challenges. Often we have incomplete or degraded DNA. We need a close living relative to host or nurture the embryo. Ethical and ecological questions arise. Should we do it? And where would these resurrected animals live? 4. What's really happening with dire wolves? Researchers have indeed studied dire wolf DNA. Recent breakthroughs include sequencing partial genomes to learn more about their evolutionary path. One big revelation: dire wolves diverge from grey wolves and coyotes much further back than we once thought, meaning they aren't just big grey wolves. Breaking myths. Because dire wolves are genetically distant, a direct hybrid or backbreeding with modern wolves is far less feasible. Ongoing research. Scientists might be recreating or expressing certain dire wolf genes in lab settings, or exploring the possibility of resurrecting dire wolf traits. No official project has successfully cloned or birthed a live dire wolf, so while it's true there's heightened interest and advanced genetic work on dire wolves, it's not accurate to say that living, breathing dire wolves have returned. 5. Could dire wolves ever return? If a full de-extinction attempt were launched, hurdles remain huge. DNA quality. Most dire wolf genetic material is heavily degraded. Even well-preserved specimens might not yield a complete genome. Surrogate species. We'd need a close living canid relative that could carry the embryo. Grey wolves are the obvious choice, but given the evolutionary distance, success is uncertain. Ecological concerns. Where would dire wolves fit in the modern ecosystem? Introducing a top predator could destabilize existing wildlife. Bottom line, the science to fully clone dire wolves is likely decades away, if it ever becomes a realistic endeavor. 6. Ethical and ecological questions. Even if we could bring dire wolves back, should we? Ecosystem impact. Every predator has a ripple effect on prey populations. Could local ecosystems handle such a large canid? Human-wildlife conflicts. Large predators can bring livestock predation issues and safety concerns. Moral stance. Some argue reversing extinction could correct human-caused extinctions, while others say messing with nature might create new problems we can't foresee. S7. The Great Filter and Future Perspective. Looking bigger picture, dire wolves reflect a broader fascination with resurrecting the past, just as mammoths and passenger pigeons lure us with the dream of rewriting evolutionary history. The Jurassic Park effect. Are we replaying fictional cautionary tales about reviving prehistoric beasts? Possibly. Scientific gains versus risks. We could learn enormous amounts about genetics and ecology, but at what cost or unintended consequences? Ultimately, dire wolves highlight both the progress and the limitations in modern genetics. Conclusion. So did scientists actually bring dire wolves back after 13,000 years? As of now, the short answer is no. While genetic research is underway and certain traits might be studied or partially replicated, there's no actual live dire wolf roaming our forests yet. But the question sparks conversation about our relationship with extinct species. Could dire wolves or any lost creatures one day roam Earth again through advanced science? And if so, is that a dream of redemption or a Pandora's box we should leave shut? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think resurrecting extinct animals is a net positive or a dangerous game? If you found this video enlightening, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss more explorations of science, mystery, and the boundaries of life itself, right here on Edvora. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious.